of operations allowed on stack? On stack, what are the different operations you can able to perform? Option A, option A. So, sir, objective type questions are written, sir. There is no topic name in the common. So option A, two students answered it as option A. So very good, ma. It's an option A. So only push and pop operations can be performed on stack. We don't have any other operations on stack. Very good. Next, again one more theory question. Real-log function is used to. So you have four options here. Just look at these options and tell me what will be the correct option for this real-log. Get back the memory that was released earlier using free function. Option B, reallocate a file pointer when switching between files. Option C, change the size of an array. Option D, change the size of dynamically allocated memory. What will be the correct option for this reallocate? What do you mean by reallocate? So you are going to reallocate memory. For what you are going to reallocate? Just think in that way and tell me the answer. Then I will explain you what is reallocate function. Option D. Okay. What about others? Only 3, 4, 5 students are active. What about others? Option D. Okay. No other options? Okay. The answer is option D. Very good, ma. You can able to reallocate only for dynamically allocated memory. So if you allocate memory either by using malloc or calloc, then only you can able to resize that memory. Otherwise, you can't able to resize it. So if you dynamically allocate any memory, in the further steps or after some time, if you want to resize that memory, then you can able to use this reallocate function to remodify or to add extra space to the dynamically allocated memory. So by using reallocate function, you can able to change the size of dynamically allocated memory. So that is the correct option, option D. Very good, ma. Yeah. Next. Again, one more simple theory question. Which of the following is not a data type in C language? I think everyone can able to answer this question. Which of the following, which of the below is not a data type in C language? Option A, signed int. Option B, big int. Option C, short int. Option D, long int. Option B. What about others? What do you think about this 401? Option B, option B. What about others? Totally, we are 34 in the group, and if I ignore two people, there are 32 students. What about the remaining 32 students? Only three or four people giving answers. Option B. So this is very, very, very basic question. So what is the question? Which of the following is not a data type? So what you answered is correct. Big int. We don't have any big integer in C. So we have signed int, short as well as long integer. Next, read this question and tell me the answer. So what they are telling means Isha wants to implement an image viewer application to view images in a given folder. So the application will be able to display an image and will also know what its next and previous images are at a given point of time, so that the user can so that repeated two times, so that the user can know the next and previous images by pressing right and left keys on the keyboard. Which data structure is appropriate for Isha to use? Whether it is tree, queue, linked list, or stack. So what Isha wants, he want to implement an image viewer application. So in this image viewer application, Isha want to move forward as well as backward. That means when if she press right key, he has to move to the previous image. If she press left key, she want to move to the next image. The left key means previous image. Which data structure is appropriate for Isha to use? So by using which of this data structure you can move both towards and the backward. Option C, option C, option B. Some answered it as, no, option C, okay. What about others? Very good, Ma. It's an option C because we can in linked list we have a concept called double linked list. In double linked list, if you implement this application using double linked list, in double linked list you can able to store the previous node address as well as next node address. So here Isha want to perform the same thing. If she want to move to the previous image, she by simply pressing right button, she can move to that image. I mean left button, and the same way, if she press right button, she want to move to the next image. So those informations will be stored in the left node as well as right node in the double linked list. So the appropriate uh, data structure for this type of application is linked list. Very good, ma. The answer is option C. Next, look at this pseudocode. The pseudocode below sort an array using bubble sort. Here A is an array and N is the number of elements in it. The function swap, this function. So swap exchange the values, two values given. So it was going to swap these two values, and here is the function bubble. So it was doing some set of tasks, and they have given what are the initial inputs for this function. Uh, They have given a some a value and 7 as parameter, and the a list is 64, 34, 25, 12, 22, 11, and 9. Look at this problem and tell me what is the answer for this question. So initially they called as a and n. A is an array. Array values are 64, 64, 34, 25, 12, 22, 11, and 9, and n value is 7. So after completion of this function, what will be the possible answer for this? Either it is option A or option B, C or D. Or it is out of box. Option B. Option B. How can you say it's an option B? What they have given? They have given numbers 64, 34, 25, 12, 22, 11, and 9. So initially I value equal to 0. I value can move from 0 to n minus 2. What is n value? N value is 7. 7 minus 2 is 5. J value 0 to n minus I minus 2. Initially I value is equal to 0. So J value equal to n minus 0 minus 2. 7 minus 0 minus 2. So it's also 5. So here index starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So what they said, where is this? J equal to, initially J equal to 0. So A of 0 is 64 and A of J plus 1 is 34. If A of J ante 64 greater than 34 aithe, then you have to swap 64 greater than 34. So here you will get 34, here you will get 64. Okay. Here I have 34, here I have 64. In next iteration, again J value increments, J becomes 1. So A of J 64, J plus 1 25. So again swapping, here 25, here 64. Again J value increments to the next position, J becomes 2. A of J 64 greater than 12. So again swapping, here you will get 12. Here you will get 64. Again in next iteration J becomes 3. A of j. Now at present A of j is equal to 64. A of 4 is equal to 22. Again 64 is greater than 22. Again swap. Here you will get 22. Here you will get 64. Again j value increments to the next position. J becomes 4. So what happens? 64 greater than 11. So here 11. Here you will get 64. Again j increments to 5. So j of 5 greater than j of 6. So again 9, 64. After completion of all these iterations, what will be the values here? What will be the values here? The values is here 34, 25, 12, 22, 11, 9 and 64. So again in next iteration, again I value increments to 1 and j value again from 0 to n minus I minus 2. So 7 minus I. What is I value now? I value is 1. 7 minus 1 minus 2. What will be the value? It's 4. So here j will repeats from 0 to 4. So again j value starts from 0. So a of j 34 greater than 24, again swapping. So 25, 34, here 34. So again 34 compared with 12. Again here 12, here comes 34. Again in next iteration, j value becomes 2. 34 greater than 22. So again swapping 22, 34. Again j value becomes 3. So what happened? Here 34 is greater than 11. So 11 comes here and 34 goes to the next position. Next j becomes 4. 34 greater than 9. So again swapping, here we will get 9 and here we will get 34. 64. So what will be the answer here? 25, 12, 22, 11, 9, 34 and 64. Again I increments to the next position. I becomes 2. Now j repeats from 0 to which position? 0 to up to third position. So j equal to 0. Again swapping. Here you will get 12. 25 moves to the next position. Again in the next iteration. 25 greater than 22. Again 22 came to this position. 25. J becomes 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. So j becomes 3 now. J becomes 2. 25, 11. Again 25 will be replaced with 11. 25. Again 25 compared with 9. So 9, 25. 34, 64. After end of this program, what will be the outputs? 12, 22, 11, 9, 25, 34, 64. So again I value becomes 3. J value will repeats from 0 to 2. So again, j equal to 0, 12 greater than 22, no, no swapping, no need of any swapping. Next j becomes 1, 22 greater than 11, so swapping, 12, 11, next 22, 22 again compared with 9, yes, 9 comes friend, 22 goes next, 25, 34, 64. In the next iteration, I becomes 4. And what will be the j value becomes? J value becomes 0 to 1. So in the first iteration, j equal to 0, 12 greater than 11. So 11, 12. Again in next iteration, j equal to 1, 12 greater than 9. So 9 comes here, 12 goes to the next position, 11, 9, 12, 22, 25, 34 and 64. Next in the next step, I becomes 5, j becomes 7 minus 5 minus 2. So j becomes 0. So only the possible case is 0. So a of j compared with a of j plus 1. So a of j is greater than j plus 1. So again swapping 9, 11, 12, 22, 25, 34 and 64. By the end of this program, that means after I value reaches to 5, we will stop the procedure. So what is the correct answer here? The correct answer is 9, 11, 12, 22, 25, 34 and 64, which is not present in these options. So the correct answer is 9, 11, 12, 22, 25, 34 and 64. So after so and so steps on is there, then you will get some intermediate step. But they have not mentioned those intermediate step. Intermediate step అని ఎక్కడ చెప్పలేదు కాబట్టి the final answer is 9, 11, 12, 22, 25, 34 and 64. So it's not present in the options. So if you select any option, you will get the point. Next question.
Ma'am,
Ma.
ma'am, one doubt, ma'am.
చెప్పండి.
ఈ క్వశ్చన్లో టూ గివెన్ వాల్యూస్ ఆర్ స్వాప్ అని ఉంది కదా.
ఇక్కడ స్వాప్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఇక్కడ ఈ 2 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, అంటే j వాల్యూ j ప్లస్ 1 వాల్యూ కదా. ఇక్కడ స్వాప్ అనే ఫంక్షన్ స్వాప్ ఏం చేస్తుంది అని చెప్పాడు. ఈ స్వాప్ ఫంక్షన్ ఏం చేస్తుంది అంటే ఈ 2 వాల్యూస్ ని స్వాప్ చేస్తుంది అని. సో ఇక్కడ నేను 34, 25 ఉంది అనుకోండి, కంపేర్ చేసుకున్నా ట్రూ అయితే ఈ 2 స్వాప్ అవుతున్నాయి కదా మనకి ఫంక్షన్ లో. అర్థమైందా?
ఎస్ మ్యామ్.
సో దాన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయటం అనమాట. ఈ స్వాప్ ఫంక్షన్ కి లాజిక్ ఎక్కడ రాయలేదు కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ క్వశ్చన్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తున్నారు వాట్ స్వాపింగ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ డూ అని. సో స్వాపింగ్ ఫంక్షన్ విల్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ 2 గివెన్ వాల్యూస్. సో నేను ఇక్కడ ఏ ఆఫ్ జే ప్లస్ 1 ఇస్తే ఈ రెండింటిని ఎక్స్చేంజ్ చేసి ప్లేస్ చేస్తుంది. ఎనీ అదర్ డౌట్స్ మా? Any other doubts? Okay, I will proceed to the next question. Hash define is used to. Again, one more theory question. Hash define is used to define a variable, define a macro, define a function, define a constant. Which of the following options is correct? For what we use hash define? Option C. What is option C? define a function. So in C, if you remember, sometimes we will define like this: hash define max max 200 some 100. If you want to define, you can define some constant variables, or you can also define some functions here like hash define square square of x x star x. So what is this called as? So whether we are defining any variable or any function or any constant or a macro, just think and tell me. Just think and tell me whether we are defining a function or option C. We are defining functions. Are we defining functions? Ma, it's an option B. So by using hash define, you can able to define a macro. So these are called as macros. Okay. Next, what type of data structures are queues? What type of data structures or queues? Whether they are first in, last out, first in, first out, last in, first out, first in, last out. Whether it is option A or option B, C or D. Option B. Okay. What about others? What do you mean by queue? Whether it follows first in, last out, or first in, first out, last in, first out, or last in, last out. Option A, first in, last out. So it's a simple bit. The option is first in, first out, ma. That is option B. So in queue, for suppose you went to some supermarket or anything, if you stand in your queue, if you enter for the first time, you will leave for the first time. So no one will cross you in the queue. So the same thing. So first, whatever the element goes in for the first time, it will leave first in queues. So first in, first last out. So first in, last out, it is applicable for stack. Last in, first out, or first in, last out, it is applicable for stack. So for queues, first in, first out is the correct option. Next. Which of the following is not a valid storage class in C language? Option A, extern. Option B, dynamic. Option C, register. Option D, auto. So which of the following is not valid storage class in C language? Either it is extern or dynamic, register or store, auto. Everyone forgot what are the storage classes we have? So we have total. Are you there, ma? Can you able to listen to me? Just respond for this question at least. Can you able to listen my voice? Just raise hand. Okay, okay, okay. So we have four storage classes in SEMA. What are those four storage classes? Means one is auto storage. We have auto storage. So we have register. We have register. We have extern. And what is the fourth storage class? The fourth storage class is static. Static. So these are the four storage classes we have in C language. So one is auto, register, extern and static. So among these four, which one is not present in these storage classes? So we don't have any dynamic storage class. We have static storage class, but we don't have any dynamic storage class. So the option is option B. So we don't have dynamic storage class in C language. Next, move on to the next question. So again, Isha came to picture. So just listen, look at this, read this question and tell me which data structure is apt for Isha to develop one software. So what Isha wants, Isha is developing a word processing software in which she want to provide undo feature. The software will maintain all the sequential changes and at any point of time, pressing Ctrl Z will undo the latest change. What data structure should Isha use for this? So recent గా స్టోర్ అయిందంతా ఇమీడియట్ గా అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుందంట అంటే ఇట్ వాస్ స్టోరింగ్ ఇన్ ద టాప్ పొజిషన్ సో వెన్ ఎవర్ యూజర్ ప్రెస్ కంట్రోల్ జెడ్ the recently placed will come out. So which data structure Isha has to use while developing this word processing software? Whether she has to use stack or queue, linked list or array. Option D, array. Okay. What about others? Option D, array. Okay. Just look at the question once and think twice. Read this question again and think. Uh, So recently changed, whatever recently changes have to be put it in the top of the, uh, at the top position, and whenever I press Ctrl Z, I want to undo that latest change. And I should remove that change from that position. Which data structure I have to use? Option A, option B. So here the correct option is option A, ma. So we have to put on the top and we have to pop whenever I pop something. So I can able to remove the topmost position. If I follow queue structure, what happens means I mean, firstly, whatever the changes done at the first time will be removed for the first time. So నాకు latest change అనేది remove అవ్వదు. So I can't able to use queue. So the best apt data structure is stack. Next, move on to the next question. There are two loops which are nested. This implies which of the following? టూ లూప్స్ వన్ ఆఫ్టర్ ది అదర్, అంటే టూ లూప్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఒకదాని తర్వాత ఒకటి లూపింగ్ అవుతుంది. ఆప్షన్ బి టూ లూప్స్ వన్ ఇన్సైడ్ ది అదర్, అంటే ఒక లూప్ ఇన్సైడ్ లో ఇంకో లూప్ ఉంది. అండ్ ఆప్షన్ సి వన్ లూప్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ ఇటరేషన్ కౌంట్స్, అంటే ఒక లూపే రాస్తాం కానీ టూ ఇటరేషన్ వేరియబుల్స్ అనేది మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం. ఆప్షన్ డి టూ లూప్స్ విత్ సేమ్ ఇటరేషన్ కౌంట్, రెండు లూపులు రాస్తాం సేమ్ ఇటరేషన్ వేరియబుల్ కౌంట్ అనేది మెయింటైన్ చేస్తాం. విచ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఫాలోయింగ్ ఈస్ కరెక్ట్? సో వెన్ వి కాల్ టూ లూప్స్ యాజ్ నెస్టెడ్ అని ఎప్పుడు మనం కాల్ చేస్తాం టూ లూప్స్ ని. సో థింక్ వన్స్ అండ్ టెల్ మీ విచ్ ఆప్షన్ ఈస్ యాప్ట్. ఎదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఆప్షన్ ఏ, బి, సి ఆర్ డి. Option B. Very good, ma. If you write one inside the another, then we call that loop as nested loop. Very good. Next question. What is the primary mission of an analyst or system designer is to? What is their mission? The first option is extract the physical requirements of the user and convert them to the software. B. Calculate the results on investment. C. Create a data flow diagram. D. Development of software evaluation tool. What is the main mission of analyst or data designer? What they want to do? Either option A, B, C or D. Option A. What about others? What about others? Okay, ma'am, thank you. At least you replied for this. Yes, this is option A. The main mission or main motto of the analyst or designer is they will read all the physical requirements, whatever the requirements given by the user, and they will analyze on it, and they will design some uh, high level or low level designs to convert them to the software. So this is the correct option, option A. Next, look at this simple printf statement. What will this printf statement prints? Here brackets closing is missing. Okay. What will this printf statement prints? Five or compile time error, 0 or 25. Option B, compile time error. Okay. What about others? So here, if you observe, already I told you in the same class, these are called as conditional operators or ternary operator. Here 25, always any number greater than 0 will be considered, not greater than 0, any number not equal to 0 will be considered as true case. So here 25 is a true condition. In the true position, you have again another conditional statement, that is 5 question mark 0 colon 5. So again 5, it is a non-zero value. So here if you see a non-zero value, you have to select the, which is you have to select the true expression. So what is the true expression value? The expression value is 0. So 0 will be printed as an output. So option C is correct. So next, look at the next question. Look at this question quickly. When we execute the given code, what will be the value of x and y? So there is no options for your this question. You have to enter the answer only as numericals. So initially they have considered x value as 10 and y value as 20, and they have given these values to this swap function. So swap function taking these values and swapping the values, and what will be the value of x and y? What will be the possible values for this x and y? So okay, I will give you two options. Option A. Option A is 10, 20. Option B 2010. What will be the possible answer? Option A 1020. Option B 2010. What will be the possible numerical value printed here? Either option A 2010, 2010. Okay. So here the option answer is option 1020. Why? Because here you should not observe this. ఇక్కడ ampersand x ampersand y అంటే we are not sending any address values while calling. సో మీరు కాలింగ్ చేస్తున్నప్పుడు మీరు కాల్ బై వాల్యూ చేశారు. సో ద వాల్యూస్ వోంట్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్. సో మీరు ఇక్కడ ఈ ఫంక్షన్ లో ఏమి చేసినా వాల్యూస్ వోంట్ గెట్ ఎఫెక్టెడ్. So the original values will be printed. The values are 10, 20. Don't get confused by these type of questions. So if you send them as send address while calling this function, then only it will consider as call by reference. Here we have used only call by value. ఇక్కడ నేను ampersand x ampersand y అంటే then the answer is option B. But here what they told you, what they have sent only xy. So whatever changes applied in this function, those things, I mean those values does not reflect in the main program. So x value will be as it is and y value also same. So 10, 20. So for today we will stop our discussions at this point of time. If you have any doubts, you can ask me.